Tantuni, one of the most popular fast food dishes in Türkiye and ideal for meal prep, especially for busy people with little time. The meaning of the word remains unclear to this day and many myths surround it, but more on that in a moment. Salam, Nail here. Tantuni originated as a street food in the late 1960s in the Mersin region of Türkiye and is now found all over the country. Over time, Tantuni chefs have given its preparation a unique culinary tradition, and Tantuni is gradually gaining popularity abroad. The origin of the word Tantuni is surrounded by speculation. Some theories propose that its roots lie in different languages such as Arabic or Mongolian. Personally, I like the explanation of Tantuni as onomatopoeia. Traditionally, the dish is prepared in a special Tantuni pan with a rounded indentation in the middle, where the meat is briefly seared before serving. During the searing and turning of the meat, clinking sounds are made, which in Turkish can be expressed as tan or tun. According to legend, one of the creative Tantuni chefs was inspired by this and used the word Tantuni as a slogan. Today, Tantuni can be found both as a wrap or as a sandwich in various types of bread. Originally, however, Tantuni was primarily served as a wrap. The advantage of a wrap is that it is thin, making it easy to eat and not as prominent as a more substantial sandwich bread. Traditionally for the wrap, lavash bread is used. You can either make it yourself, which I would recommend for the best taste. I've included a video here showing you how. Alternatively, you can buy lavash from a Turkish or Arabic bakery. However, it's best not to use store-bought tortilla bread, as they are not as well suited in texture and flavor. Tortillas from the store tend to have a sweet taste and are not as absorbent as lavash, at least here in Germany, which makes me think, are wraps actually considered sandwiches? What do you think? Feel free to share your thoughts in the comments. Let's talk about the meat. Tantuni can be made with veal or chicken breast. Today I'm preparing the veal version. You can of course use chicken breast. The cooking process remains the same. Today I've chosen a lean cut from the veal rump. In general, leaner and quicker cooking cuts are used for beef Tantuni. For chicken Tantuni, chicken breast is traditionally used as it cooks quickly and is easy to cut into small pieces. Since the cut is naturally tender, it has the added advantage of reducing the time spent at the stove. The meat for Tantuni is usually diced small or cut into thin strips. The latter is commonly referred to as julienne, to the best of my knowledge. The cut meat is placed in a pot or pan and simmered in its own juices. I salt the meat and let it simmer over medium heat. The cooking process may vary depending on the type of meat used. If you are using tougher meat, you'll need to add water or broth once the liquid from the meat has evaporated. Cook the meat until it's tender. My veal rump took about half an hour to cook and I added water as needed. As the meat simmers, I start preparing the filling for the wraps. I thinly slice a large onion and season it generously with sumac. This combination is a signature flavor profile for Tantuni. Now comes something that many people aren't fond of. Parsley. But traditionally parsley is a classic topping for Tantuni, and many even roughly chop it and mix big pieces of parsley with the onions. In our family, we're not too keen on that, so I finely chop the parsley, firstly to prevent it from sticking everywhere in the mouth and throat, I hope you know what I mean, and secondly, I put the parsley in a separate bowl for those who don't want it in their wrap. Finally, I slice 2 tomatoes in semicircles. That covers all the traditional toppings that usually go into a Tantuni, but feel free to personalize your Tantunis with your preferred toppings. I'll quickly set aside the ingredients that will be used during cooking. These include a good quality paprika powder, in my case not spicy, then some oil to fry the meat. Traditionally cottonseed oil is used, but I use a neutral vegetable oil with a higher smoke point. Also, we need water to moisten the meat and create the sauce for the bread. Alternatively, stock can be used. Alright, the meat is ready for the final frying process. It's only at this stage that the meat is seasoned and gets its characteristic Tantuni flavor. That's why this dish is great for busy days, when you have little time or desire to cook. At this point, you can put the meat in the freezer and then after a long day at work, simply take it out and continue from where I am now. Of course, make sure to thaw it beforehand. Now, I briefly fry the meat in individual portions to ensure I get enough sauce from the meat into my lavash bread. Since I don't have a special Tantuni pan, I use a regular pan to fry the Tantuni. The pan is preheated and then the oil is added. We also give the oil some time to heat up. Then the first portion goes in. I use about half a cup of meat per portion. Once the meat is slightly browned and has some color, I lower the temperature and add a teaspoon of paprika powder. I briefly toss the paprika powder in the oil with the meat to help it release its aroma. And now, very important, I add water and stir, which is crucial for creating the sauce. At this stage I place my lavash bread on the meat so it softens and warms from the steam, and press it into the meat to soak up the sauce. This takes no more than 15 seconds. If you have no water left, simply add some more water. The meat of a good Tantuni should be well seasoned, moist and tender. It's now time to assemble. I fill the lavash bread with the meat, onions, parsley and tomatoes. I give the tomatoes a quick sprinkle of salt, then roll up my wrap for serving. Tantuni is typically served with lemon wedges and pickled hot peppers. As for drinks, you can have a refreshing ayran or shalgam on the side. It's best to consume both drinks ice cold. Tantuni is a delicious treat that we all love in the family. I highly recommend it, and with a bit of preparation, it's truly a very quick dish. It's ideal for busy people who do not want to spend too much time cooking. Thank you for watching, and peace be upon you.